Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Our service is now beginning. Please welcome Doctors Rita and Patrick Feren.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome everyone online.
How'd y'all fit in here?
Yay. Here we are. We made it. I said we're true thespians. The show must go on.
That's right, and if you can wonder what we're talking about, we're having a little bit of a, what would we call it, weather? Weather?
Yes.
Whether or not.
We're here. All right, so let's just take a moment to take a deep breath together, everyone online and everyone here. Oh, let's just center right here in the middle of this Pacific Ocean. We're all connected wherever we are, because there is only one mind, one heart, one spirit, one light, and it is who we are, what we are, and it connects us totally and completely in that field. So I know whatever occurs today is coming from a divine, amazing place that it is felt everywhere, and we are, all of us, just in perfection right here and right now, no matter where we are. I know CSL Kauai is a divine idea in the mind of God that goes out into the world and brings love and peace and light today. And so I bless all those that are at home, all those that are weathering the weather, la 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 la, and just know that everyone is divinely guided and guarded and protected in every moment. So I say, let's begin. Have at it. And yes. So it is. Yeah.
And we have our wonderful Amy and Jeremy here today.
Aloha, everybody.
Let's have a song.
They came in their boat today. Good for you.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, oi, ho, kai, kula, hula, li, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, malama, e oli no li no no. Oh, malama, e oli no li no no. Oh, malama, e oli no li no no. Li no aku, li no mai, li no no. This bright light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, everybody, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, lean on my, let us shine.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. Oh my God.
Before we go into yes this month, yes to life, right?
Yeah.
I do want to let a couple things out. First of all, gratitude. Gratitude for our tech people, Charles and Jonathan back there, and everybody who weathered this storm. If you're online, I always think it's funny because I get notes, of course, that we don't explain it fully. So if you're tuning in for the first time, we've had a hurricane warning before this and this week, so everything got a little wet here and it's blowing and we're all safe, but I'm so filled with gratitude that Hurricane Lala, passed by and we can all go la 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 la. So that is it, and I'm very, very grateful to all of you that are here. I just wanted the people up there to go, it wasn't something we said. There was another reason why we have some chairs empty.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay.
shall we do
Yeah,
our...
let's take in our vision statement right now together, all right? Everyone
right
online
there.
too? Here we go. Awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And this month, if you're just tuning in for the first time, or even if you've been here and you still want to be tuned into what we've been talking about, it is Say Yes to Life. And we have an affirmation, and please online, because I know a lot of people that usually sit here, Candy and Cliff, Marion and Glenn, Chia, that they are up there. So, well, actually not in that camera, but they're up there watching us. So here is the affirmation. I say yes to a life of joy, peace, love, and abundance. You ready? I say yes to a life of joy, peace, love, and abundance. Yes.
So it is. All right. So just to kind of change things up, I asked Reverend Dr. Walt to come up and tell us what the science of mind means to him. And I've got him on microphone 1.
Okay, and so I had to say yes, because I'm saying yes
I say
to life.
yes.
All right.
Reverend
So,
Dr. Walt.
You know, I actually prefer the term science of mind over religious science. But I've come from a background of lots of religion, things that I had to know, things that I had to believe, things that ways I had to act. But for me, science of mind is a way of life. It is a way of thinking. It is a way of living in this physical world, knowing that we are spiritual beings, that we are united with that one power, that one presence in the world. And the way we use that mind and the power of our thoughts produces the changes in our lives. And for that, I am so grateful.
Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect.
That was great. So,
And what is perfect, not only perfect, but perfect timing. First of all, I think there's a congratulations in order in this room. A marriage congratulations. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And here's what you did for me. This is my time to point out someone who's new here. And you are, you're new to us today, right? Yes. So, he's just following the script there. So we know something about you, even though we know about that they just got married. But we know something else about you as well. Shall we let them know? And you can say it up in the live stream as well. You ready? You are magnificent. Yeah, that's what I love about it. So we know that about you because, as you well know, we know that about ourselves because you just told us who we are. And we are so grateful to all be magnificent together. So shall we anchor that in, gang? Just looking out at this crowd is just, it's amazing. You ready? I am magnificent. And we're never alone because we are always one. So what is it? We are magnificent. And we can't forget all those beautiful, beautiful people up there watching us in that camera. If you're wondering where it is, it's on the wall there. And we're going to let them know who they are, shall we? You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. Choose somebody out of this. There we go. You're magnificent, you're magnificent, you're magnificent. James is definitely magnificent. And we know that Amy and Jeremy is magnificent.
All right. As soon as they get up here.
And Orion is magnificent.
No, Orion.
This is also Orion's, not last day, but the last day here before he goes off to college. Give it up for Orion.
All right, so Jeremy and Amy, I am sure, have a beautiful song for us. So let's do it.
Give it up.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was once we sailed into the mystic. Hark now, hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirits fly into the mystic. And when that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I want to hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your heart and soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will float into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. When that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your heart and soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will float into the mystic. I wanna rock your heart and soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will float into the mystic. Into the mystic. Into the mystic. We were born before the wind, into the mystic. Into the mystic.
I thought he said it was mystery. I said, no, it's mystic. Are you a mystic? Yes, you are. We're all mystics. I think we're going to find that out if we haven't already found it out. Anyway, first of all, I do want to give gratitude because today, just being here and finding my way here and thinking about all that transpired in the storm and all of that just made me realize how important this center is. Sometimes you can doubt that, because you just get those feelings sometimes, and you wonder if, maybe it's not. But the calls I got this morning and the texts, and I know people are watching online, and the people that braved the storm to get here, to me just says that there's a purpose to all this, and not for CSL Kauai, but for yourself, that you felt a calling to come here in spite of it all and be part of today. So thank you. because it means a lot to me. And sometimes we question ourselves as leaders and teachers and stuff. So sometimes we just need to hear Spirit say something through other people, which it does all the time. So our talk title today is, Can I Help You? No, I'm just looking. How many of you have said that when you walk into a store? I know I've said it so many times, I don't want some salesperson coming over me and showing me stuff or whatever. And sometimes I do, but sometimes I just want to look. So, I'm sure you probably will think, now what does that have to do with spirituality? But it has a lot to do with spirituality, because sometimes we spend a lot of time looking, seeking, and wondering if we're going to find, and then just seeking some more, we just seek. I know through my life, I'm not a seek, but I've done a lot of seeking, looking at different philosophies, I went through it all. I went through Mormonism, I went through Catholicism, I went through New Age things, and Seth and all those things, and tarot cards and everything. I went through it all. And that's seeking. But eventually I was like, okay, well, what am I really seeking? And I think that I believe that we're all seeking for peace of mind and for a connection to something greater than ourselves. Something, when I say greater than ourselves, greater than the conditional world, something that feels like we belong to something that feels like there's something within us that is there for us no matter what. And I think everybody finds that in their own way, and that's a good thing. I'm not saying that, in fact, in our teaching, it's so open at the top, and it's basically, every path leads to that place. Should we choose to travel it? Should we choose to travel it? Or should we choose to just keep seeking and thinking we never found it? And what I want for myself right now, like I said, I've been through a lot of different things. And when I came to this teaching in 1998, I was like, okay, this answers the questions for me. No matter what is happening in my life, this answers the questions for me. Not why did this happen, but how am I going to move through whatever it is? How am I going to think about things? How I know now that my thoughts are powerful, and yet sometimes I don't think the highest thoughts. And I don't know if anybody can identify with me. Sometimes I don't realize that sometimes the thoughts I'm thinking, I'm manifesting them, and I will just not even acknowledge that sometimes until I stop myself and I go, Rita, you're a religious scientist, you know better than thinking this, because I don't want to think things anymore, because I know that the power of my thought, and the more power I give my thought, the more it's going to manifest as my life. And that includes how I think about the world, how I think about what's happening in the world, how I think about, we were talking about this the other night with some friends, because I have an empathetic nature. I want to help. And when I see some things going on in the world, I'm not going to go into it now because we don't want to be all depressed, but I think to myself, what can I do about that? Because it doesn't feel like I can do anything, in the physical world, that I could do anything besides just see it. But I can do something. I can think about it in a different way. I can raise my thoughts to know that behind everything, something is unfolding, there's a solution for everything. And that's been a lot of what I've been saying lately, is that there's a solution. For the things that we think there's no solution for, there is always a solution, because we're dealing with a divine intelligence, an intelligence that created everything, that's moving through everything. So there would have to be a solution if we're willing to tap into the solution, if we're willing to allow it to move through us. And that's the second part of this. Once we seek and we find, then are we willing to use it? Are we willing to use it? There's a quote by Ernest Holmes that and Ernest Holmes. If you don't know who he is the founder of the Science of Mind and Spirit, and the writer and author and the mystic that spent a lot of his life seeking. That's what he did from the time he was 14. I think that was the last time he went to school, and he just started studying life and started studying different teachers and philosophies and mystics and everything. But eventually he had to come up with, okay, this makes sense. If I take this from that and this from that and this from that, I'm going to come up with something that will help people to live in the conditional world. And that's how he developed the science of mind, because he didn't want something that was just really esoteric. He wanted something that could be used. And so that's the next part of this. Can we use it? So he said, in conclusion, what the world needs is spiritual conviction followed by spiritual experience. I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. It's far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. And I think that's one of the things that Patrick and I, since we started this many, 1998, and since we started the center, we wanted to walk it. Like, we didn't want to stand up here and say something to you that we hadn't experienced ourselves or that we hadn't worked through, because then it just becomes airy-fairy esoteric. We want to use it. So we use it no matter what's going on in our life. When I met this man and we got married, the first thing that happened was he was in the emergency room and in the hospital for 16 days, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. But we used it. We used the science to allow ourselves to open up to all possibilities of solutions. And the solutions came. They didn't come by some esoteric, angel coming down, although there was probably lots of angels there, but through his intuition and through him connecting, the solutions came through the medical world. So solutions come, but we have to use it. Like, we have to use it, be open to the answers. I mean, if we continue to go through life saying there's no answers to anything, or continue to live in la la land, no, just kidding. If we continue to think it's some esoteric thing and don't bring it to life, then we'll never know. So the truth of this teaching is that we could be looking, and there's nothing wrong with seeking. Seeking is good. And I feel like I'm still seeking, in a sense, to be more and to be, and to embody more. So there's nothing wrong with that. But eventually, we have to ground ourselves and use it. And because we're not going to know if it works or if it's true, no matter what we believe. We're not going to know if it's true or if it works if we can't prove it. That's why it's called the science of mind, because we can be little scientists, bring it into our life, and actually prove it. And I know for myself, I have proved it over and over. And I have proved it by, you're always using it no matter what. Even if you're using it in a kind of more destructive way, you're still using it and you still get the fruits of that. So it's like, it's working. And what do I say is working? It's the law of our being. It's the infinite energy that we create as our life and we put out, and it comes back to us. And this is our responsibility. That's what I feel. And so, I guess my question today is, and let's see if I can find this, if I can. If I can't, it's not meant to be, because I wrote this blog this morning, and I don't know what happened to it. Let's see. It's not meant to be, probably, because I don't want to spend the time looking for it. So I won't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later. So if I have to say anything today, if you embrace this teaching at all, then I would say prove it. Prove it. Prove that you believe it. Like, prove it by knowing it and allowing it to work for you. And there's this thing called arguing for our limitations, when we keep saying the same thing over and over to let ourselves know why it's not working or why that's not working in our life, and we usually give a reason for it, and it usually comes back to ourselves or somebody else. I say stop it. I say, no, that there's always a solution. There's always an answer to whatever you are challenged by right now, confronted, whatever you're trying to do with your life, whatever you're expressing and want to express more of, there is always an answer. But we have to tell ourselves that the answer's there. If we keep telling ourselves the answer's not there, then it won't be there. That's the way this teaching works. It's all coming through us. It can't come from somewhere else. It'll come to us from other people and stuff, yes, because we first embodied it ourselves and knew it ourselves. So my invitation today is, if you're seeking, that's great, but find the places in your life where you feel like you found something that resonates to you, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel that there are possibilities for you, and allow yourself to live it and to prove it. And if it doesn't work, then move on to something else. Don't stay somewhere that isn't working. So, yeah, I think we're all on a journey. We're all on a spiritual journey, living in this thing called the earth, and the conditional 3D world. It's a journey, and there is a statement, and I'll just close with it, is that we're here, to me, to prove that spiritual thought force is greater than material resistance. That's the whole journey. So I invite you to just digest that a little and see if it resonates. And I know I'm going to be working on it day in and day out, because that's the way I am. So thank you so much. And now I will present Amy and Jeremy. Yes.
Check. There we go. Thank you, Rita. That was beautiful. Here's one by ABBA. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. Across the streams, I have a dream. I have a dream, a fantasy to help me through reality. And my destination makes it worth the while, pushing through the darkness, still another mile. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. Across the stream, I have a dream. Across the stream, I have a dream. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, You can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. Across the stream, I have a dream. Across the stream, I have a dream.
I have a dream too. Thank you. It kind of reminds me of in school. Remember when school it was rained and we had to stay in the classroom? We used to play 7-Up, if you all remember with that one. Oh, you remember. Welcome home, Timmery, by the way. Timmery's been gone for most of the summer, almost all of the summer. And they are back. They are back. The storm had an interesting effect on me because I could really feel the energy of what was underneath the storm and the possibilities of danger that the news loves to tell us so that we can be so connected to it. Even when it's passing us. It's passing us, but don't relax. So basically our nervous systems are on overtime when these kind of things happen. I didn't really feel that this time, but I could feel the energy of the island. I could feel the fear and the apprehension of what could be. And I was thinking of that idea that when something's placed out there, then out there that something might happen. It's actually a miserable feeling because it's an out of control feeling, and God knows this species wants to be in control, even though we never really have been in control of anything but ourselves. And so I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that a lot, that I was feeling that. And I was telling Rita yesterday, they had the labyrinth walk, and there was still that energy, like, I don't know if we want to go out, and what happens about this, and, you know, remember that, and remember, and it's exhausting, basically, to work your way out. But they came here, and I said to Rita, I go, I needed to go just drive. So I drove to town to check the mail, and I just drove there, and I came back, and I just went, oh my gosh. I said, I don't know what this mood is that I'm feeling. It's like somewhere between sadness, depression, anxiety, you know, I was like, and I just aligned myself, and I remember Dr. Eric Butterworth of the Unity Mystery? The Unity Mystery. No, the Unity movement. And I never can forget, I used to go when I was in New York to him, and he would say, because someone would say, I'm in a really bad mood. Like there was a mood cloud that just came over and just landed on you. And he said, moods are permitted emotions. Moods are permitted emotions. And I always took that. That doesn't mean that you can't have your feelings, but where I'm at in my life and sharing with it, I want to own them. I want to own all the feelings, not apologize for them. And that's why I love today this topic about, can I help you? You know, no, I'm just looking. And I remember when I was in high school during Christmas time, I worked at Macy's. Remember that place we used to have here on the island? Macy's? The place to get really good clothes when you're going out off to the island somewhere else. And I remember in the days when there was actually salespeople, the ones that actually would ask you, do you need some help? Now, I almost feel like I'm putting them out. If I go to some stores, I'm like, if you got a little time, can you help me out here? You know, because they're all like, what? You know, I never wanted to be here anyway. Oh, what do you need you can't find yourself, you know? So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I remember walking up to people and to them, and they almost like dodged away from me. And the reason, and so I did a whole analyzing of why people are so afraid of that interaction. And it's because it's putting pressure on them. Can I help you? What are you going to buy? You know, can I help you? And they literally, I remember going, I was like, what, 16? You know, I'm like, hi, can I help you? You know, Mr. Personality. And they're like, no, I'm just looking. You know, they're like, I don't know what it is that they thought I was going to do to them in the clothes department. But I remember my father, today's story time. That's what we do on rainy days, story time. I remember my dad had a windfall, and he gave me 1973, folks, $100 bill, which was something to say in 1973, and he gave my mom a $100 bill, and he took us to the mall, and he dropped us off and said, have at it, so that he could get to the bar and drink, basically. I mean, true or false? True. Okay, so, but I remember looking at that money and thinking to myself, what do I want? I can have anything. And he said, buy anything you want. It's your $100. And when they said, can I help you? I bet you're damn right you can. $100. And I remember mapping it out. I wanted an album. I wanted bell bottoms. My pants, yeah, oh yeah, I really did. And then, and my mom, I didn't want her with me, so she was over there, and she was on her little shopping spree. And I thought, can I help you? Yeah, you can. This is what I need. And I think there is that pressure when someone says, can I help you? But we take it even deeper. We have a power that lives within us that is constantly saying, not even, can I help you? What do you want? And that's hard for us. I understand it. But I'm actually, between you and me and the other 100 people in the room, I'm getting tired of almost apologizing for the fact that we have this incredible power. Whether or not we use it or not isn't the point. The point is we have it. And that there is never a no in the mind of good, in the mind of this thing called our law. There's never a no, never. And I have been lately understanding that, that the imagination, which has created everything, seen and unseen, is what I now call God. There is imagination, and guess what the good news is? It's as close as my breath that I'm speaking from right now. And I thought, well, why am I making a riddle out of simplicity? We are here. We know we are. Then I was at the same dinner with friends, and they were talking about the idea of heaven on earth. And I said, well, first of all, we got to define what we think heaven is. Because I remember being a little boy, and I remember this like it was yesterday. I was at my Nana's house, and her daughter, Betty, was quite a cookie. She ended her life, though, unfortunately, during that time. But I talked to her before, and she said, I'm going to heaven. And I went like this. She knows what heaven is. And I was a Catholic little altar boy at that time. Not even an altar boy yet. I was even younger. And she said, I got to have heaven. You know, I didn't know so much at that age how miserable and how terrible she was feeling inside. I mean, I learned it later. But she said, I want to tell you what heaven is. And I was like, oh, I am all ears. What? She said, heaven is this beautiful, beautiful place that has this lake. And there's a boat. And I get in the boat, and I don't have any troubles. I don't have anything. I get in it, And I just float and float and float. Then I started crying. And I went home to my mom, and she goes, "Isn't that beautiful?" And I was like, and I went home to my mom, and she said, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "Betty told me what heaven is. It's really boring. It's really boring. I don't want to go around in a boat." She said, "Forever." Forever? Oh, no, 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 no. I am not floating in any boat. I don't care how relaxing it is, because I get sick on the boats when I take the catamaran here. That's all I need, is to be in heaven. And I went, I don't want to go to heaven. And I thought, well, the other place is, I don't know, hot. But I think too often we say things like, "I want heaven on earth," and we haven't even defined what we think heaven is. I'm not even defined what things. Heaven is an inside job. I've had heaven on earth and I've had hell on earth. But here's the thing about this wonderful thing about the idea of heaven, because what is it? It's a state of what? Consciousness. And so we're looking, and look at me, not even on my page, I was looking, and I said, boring, boring, boring. But here's the deal. It doesn't mean that heaven doesn't have any problems here on earth. It means, how do I perceive the world in which I'm living right now? How do I perceive the storms of life? I was telling a few people this morning, I said, isn't it funny, the minute you put a label on something, and you define it like hurricane 1, it's a 1, or tropical storm, I can't break this to you all, but this storm that we're having, I've been through 1 million of them since I've been on the island, and they've never had a name, so I was never afraid. But the minute you put hurricane on it, I went, and I'm not saying that they should not tell us if a hurricane is going to, please, yes, prepared. But there's also, to me, what it told me was you label something. And what is heaven on earth? Heaven on earth is to a lot of people that they want to think there's no problems and I'm going to be free. And I define, and I think it's important in everything in our life to define what we think heaven is, what we think hell is, what we think anything is. We had purgatory, and that purgatory was going around in a boat, in my opinion. Because all you're doing is you're not making a decision. And when you say, I'm just looking, for the most part, when I say I'm just looking, I just feel safe. Because I don't have to make a decision. And decision is the most important. A decision to have heaven on earth means that when there is hell around me, I can see you, I can be with you, but I don't have to share your hell with you. And that's powerful. Remember, when we're helping you, there's no way we can help another individual in our lives. It would be the blind leading the blind, and you walk off the cliff together. And for me, as a person who chose a life that it's because I want to help people, but I have learned more in the last 13 years about how I can really help. I want to be with you. I want to be that light with you. But you don't want me to go there with you. As great as it sounds in our conversations with one another, you know the ones. Like this happened to me, and you go, huh, you think that happened to you, you should see what happened to me. And then before the whole thing is over, you're going, yeah. And you're thinking, oh, we didn't solve anything. So this whole idea, the Master Jesus, remember him? You bet, Master Jesus said what? The kingdom of God is within. Stop looking out there, stop looking over there, because the kingdom, I installed it. Can you imagine life installed? Yes to life. Life installed in us, the God particle, as it were. And it said, if you ever get in trouble and you hear, may I help you, your answer is what? Yes. As a matter of fact, you can. And the word kingdom, I love this, a kingdom is a realm, a place governed by something. And I want to know, what is governing your kingdom from within? Yeah, very biblical, isn't it? Very biblical in that moment. But think of this. And then I'm going to have these two beautiful people behind me serenade all of you. If the kingdom of good, of God, of heaven, is within me as I stand here looking at you, why would I ever look out for permission to ask for anything? To reclaim my own authority. We're given, can you imagine our inheritance? Oh my God. We would never have to, you know, I thought, if this is true, and I believe it is, I was talking to these people at dinner, I went, what would we talk about? Because usually we're talking about solving what? Something or fixing something or doing. What are we going to do when we find out that the kingdom of God, that this power is who we are in every single moment, no matter what you're experiencing physically, mentally, it doesn't matter, that this God particle, I don't know where I got on the particle thing, but this God lives within me, and it's very quiet. And lately, I've really tuned in. And I'll be honest with you, I won't tell you the trans-channeling thing, but I will tell you that I went inside and all I could hear, and I hear it right now, I am here. I am here. I will never, ever leave you because I am you. Can you imagine? That beautiful thing called Spirit God says, I'll never leave you because I am you? Ooh. Look at this. Oh, God bumps, chicken skin, all over the place. I'll never leave you because I am you. So I will leave you with that. What do you think? You can applaud. What do you think, Jeremy and Amy?
I say yes.
Let's say yes to life. I say yes to life.
I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. I'll cross the stream.
Across the stream.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
I'll cross the stream.
Across the stream.
I have a dream.
Give it up for the Reverend Doctors, Patrick and Rita, for the beautiful inspiration.
Give it up for Jeremy and Amy. Amy and Jeremy, thank you.
Timmy, I can't believe that you remember 7-Up. That is...
So
Yeah.
this is our time of giving. We've been receiving, and now it's our time of giving. And if you've given to us online or through the mail or whatever, thank you. And thank you to everyone online. And you know there's a button there that you can press.
Charles
and
is set
donate,
up for
Venmo
you.
or PayPal. So thank you for what you give. It helps sustain the center and allows us to do what we do here and to be here together. So thank you. So I think we have a song, right?
Abundant, living life in this abundance.
So much good love in abundance.
Sweet sensations of a new day rising.
Abundance. I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
Abundance, living life in this abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in this abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising.
Oh, yeah.
So just giving gratitude. I'm so grateful for everything that is in these baskets and beyond these baskets. I'm just grateful for everything that comes into the center. Thank you, thank you. I know it is returned to each and every person, multiplied abundantly for sure. Thank you.
And before Yana Shane walks away, look at this beautiful piece of
It's
work.
already
that
sold.
It already is
Yes.
sold. Unless you want to bid on it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's sold.
No, that is sold, but she's been selling it, so thank you. A lot of people
Thank
love
you.
this one.
All right, so we have a few announcements.
We do. Yes. We are, because of
The weather.
weather and stuff like that, and we don't know what's happening. Anyway, the men and women's group, we're not going to do that today.
All right, yeah.
And
not a good idea.
also, if you wonder what all that hoopla was during the song, I'd like to announce we've installed a mini bar in the back of the, and that's where Charles is right now. Hey! Okay, so on.
We're kidding.
We're kidding. That's all I need. He drinks a little. But here we go. Ongoing food drive. Don't forget that we have it 365 days a year, and we have a beach cleanup coming up on August 22nd.
That's next Saturday.
Next Saturday with
Leslie
and Yana.
at 9:30.
I saw your name.
And we will have a sound healing on the 25th, which is not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday with Isha. And then Spiritual Cinema this month is a documentary that is definitely saying yes to life. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody's seen it. It's called 14 Peaks. It's about a climber.
Yeah, it follows his journey
that-
of doing
that climbed
14 peaks
of the highest
in, I think,
peaks
7
in the
months
world.
or something, the
Yeah,
highest
so
ones in
anyway,
the-
it should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, we
So-
did it because it looked at the idea of nothing's impossible.
That's the last Friday in August, and then
the next morning, soul sister, soul sister.
so my sister's here, or she's not here yet, but she will be here, and we will be doing an evening. She's a mystic, not a mystic, well, she is a mystic too. She's a psychic medium, and so Patrick and I will be up there with her talking about psychism versus mysticism and how they blend and how they don't blend and all of that. So it'll be really educational. It'll be fun because she's going to do some card readings and things like that. So that's on
Look at this
Saturday the
place.
29th.
Look at this place.
10 a.m. in the morning. We're doing things
10.
early now for people that might not want to.
Yeah, they start yawning at 1.
So, do you want to talk about this? Or
Yes, you can just talk a little
All right,
bit.
I just want to talk about the Sondheim concert for a minute. I got a little, like, kind of, I don't know if it was called flack or what it was, that I was doing something that was going to be done in October, but I'm not. So just because I said Broadway is coming to Kauai, well, Stephen Sondheim is one of the greatest Broadway composers that ever were, and I've chosen to take this journey for the last, it's been at least, I think, 8 months that I've been working on it with Hank. And so my concert is pure Sondheim. It's pure Sondheim, and it will be stories and songs and fun and drama and all kinds of stuff.
From all the Broadway shows
and from
to a lot of
they're
them.
all Broadway shows of his. And so it's on September 18th, right here.
At 6 p.m.
It's a Friday night. There's only going to be one performance. 6 p.m. Kiana has underwritten a beautiful reception for it after, so your ticket price includes the reception. And then if you want VIP seating, we just have a few seats, and they are a little more expensive than the others, and you get early seating and get to sit up front if you
And
want,
some
also
fun
some
things.
perks. And that's it. So I'm excited about it. I'm making like a comeback for myself. I'm emotional and vocal comeback. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
And I'm really working hard on it, and I feel like it's going to be really great. I'm
and
excited, and I appreciate all the support. Not just the tickets, but the
Right.
people that have been encouraging to me, like Melissa and my husband and Hank.
And what I've
Thank
been
you.
enjoying being a Reverend Marketer is that I've been enjoying the fact that I've been out in the community, and Angela, we've been really going out into the community to bring people in for a night of entertainment, period. That's all it is. Somebody asked me if we were going to pray. Oh, for God's sake. No, we're not going to pray. I wouldn't want to do that and
ahead of
scare
time,
everybody. You know, but the thing of it is, I'm sarcastic, just in case. But what I'm excited about is that we're bringing in all of these groups of people that we haven't really went out and spoken to and gave them their postcards, and Angela's doing it. I mean, it's amazing going to the hotels, getting the guests to go to an evening like this. And to me, it's even more exciting than any of the other part of it, because it was opening up our entire island for an evening if they choose it, and people love entertainment. And one other thing too, we have also, and I want to thank them in advance, I'll give you names at another time, but we also have producers from the mainland that are trying to produce pay for some of the costs. I call it the producer's circle. And what that means is that all of the stuff that we have to pay in order to put this show on, they're underwriting that as well. So that all the tickets that come in here can go to CSL. So I'm not advertising it as a fundraiser, I'm not doing anything, but just us and people online. I've just been so excited to see people buying tickets, and I don't know who you are. And I am so grateful. So that means that we will be able to really get to know more people in our community.
And we'll have fun.
And
we'll
we'll
drink
have
champagne,
fun.
and we'll have delicious treats and good music.
And you know Kiana, she's gonna do it all right. Yes.
Okay, so we want to do some thank yous before we close.
We do.
And we want to thank
Number one man.
Reverend Dr. Walt for doing our meditation today.
And Science of Mind.
Also, yes, being brave enough to come up here and tell what the Science of Mind meant to him. Just at the last minute, I pulled him up here. Thank you for doing that. And then Jonathan, thank you for the bowls, doing the sound bowls during the meditation. And also thank you for what you do back there on sound. It's like so appreciated. And thank you to Charles and Orion and Kieran. Thank you. We're going to miss you, Orion.
Can you stand up for a minute just so we can
Give you
feed
some
you a
love.
whole bunch of love
Yay.
and on your journey?
Yeah, it's a big step to be.
Oh, you're flying off in the storm? Wow. I just want to sing a little song for you. Where is that little boy I carried?
Yeah. Name that musical.
Kieran, but Kieran's staying.
No, nobody knows.
And
All right.
he's with Charles.
Okay.
Charles, yes.
So,
Charles in the minibar.
Yay, thank you.
Okay.
And let's see what else. Malama team today was Luis and Yana. Thank you.
Yes.
Ron Stover and Leslie, thank you for hospitality. And thank you for setting up Luis too. And Ron. And also Greg, I guess Gregory. I like to
Yes.
call you Gregory. That's my brother's name. Gregory, thank you for helping clean up. And the collection stewards today are, I guess it's Leslie and Angela, because our collection stewards couldn't come. So, and our bookstore, are you doing the bookstore, Melissa? She'll
For tickets,
she'll
books,
do
we
tickets,
have lots
classes,
of books
whatever.
back there. Yeah.
And then, of course, Angela, who holds it all together. And then, of course, these people who braved the storm, these thespians, who said the show must go on. Thank you.
Doors are open.
Amy and Jeremy Brown. So why don't you close us out?
Give it up one more time for the Revs, Rita and Patrick, you guys. Mahalo for keeping the doors open today.
Thank you, everybody. We did it. Yay.
Yes, 13 years, we never canceled a service, and we didn't do it today. Yes.
Feel like doing a
Thanks
rain
to you.
dance.
When the sun shines upon the mountainside, we're feeling love and we feel it deep inside. Giving thanks for the life as we know it, life as we know it, yeah. Over the ocean,
upon the waves in motion of my mama sea. She's calling out to me. Oh, my mama sea, she's calling out to me. And we're giving thanks for the life as we know it. We're giving thanks 'cause we're living in the flow. We're giving thanks for the life as we know it. The life as we know it, yeah, yeah.
When the cold wind blows the rain into your living room, and everyone around you might be giving you some attitude. When you're feeling so low down, man, you just can't find no gratitude. That is the time when you're gonna find that I will be right here for you. 'Cause I'm here holding space for you, my friends. My love for you will never end. We're gonna climb this mountain, yeah, we'll do it all again. Life's about the journey, yeah, we're living in the destination. Giving thanks for the life as we know it. The life as we know
it, yeah, yeah, yeah. For the life as we know it, yeah, yeah. For the life as we know it, yeah. Much love, everybody.